Hey folks, Nate Gilman here from MMCs. If you're a captain and you own your own boat, or if you're going to get your captain's license right now, you know how frustrating this form can be, right? This is your CG719S. This is one of the most simple and complicated forms out there. You want to make sure that your vessel name is all correct. You included the official number that you have for your proof of ownership if you're verifying your own sea time. You want to make sure all that information is correct, that you listed only one thing that you did, typically your master if you own your own boat, and then coming down and making sure that all this data is what you actually entered, and then that it all adds up at the bottom. It's a very common thing we see is it doesn't add up at the bottom. And then you want to make sure that these three numbers are divided together, because if they're not divided, you're hosed. The Coast Guard's going to kick it back. And then at the end, you want to make sure that it's signed in both locations. If you own your own boat, all the information down here needs to be completed out, and you need to make sure you sign in both spots. Luckily, we just created a tool that will do all this for you inside of mmcs.com, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. The first step you're going to want to do is sign into mmcs.com, sign into your account or create an account. And once you're inside of there, if you're on a desktop, you're going to see on the left here, you're going to see Create CG719S. If you're on your mobile phone, you're going to hit the three lines, the hamburger, and that'll drop down the menu. You'll see the Create CG719S. Click on that. You're going to generate your sea service form. You can see it's already pulled in my profile information. If your profile is not complete on MMCs, definitely complete it. I'm going to hit next. These are two boats I've used before, but I'm not going to use that boat. I'm going to use a new boat that I know, isn't going to be there at all. So we're going to call it the Not Intense. It's not owned by the Coast Guard. The state registration number is, just because I know this, because I'm looking at the vessel documentation right now I have. Got it. So I got the state registration number in. You want to make sure that matches what your proof of ownership is you're going to use for that document. I don't know the tonnage, but I do know 45 feet, 9 foot wide, and it draws 5 feet. It's a motor vessel. This was a sailing vessel. You'd select that. I know it has 250 horsepower motor engines. You were on a steamship, which is really cool. You can use that if you're a gas turbine. I'd be really surprised if it was 200 gross tons, but we have it there for you just in case. I'm going to save that boat. I am the owner of that boat, so I'm going to have to put in the registration, COD, bill of sale, insurance information. If I'm not, it won't let you move forward right now, so you want to make sure that this is just for owners of their own vessels right now. Deck department, I was the master, and I went in the summer of 2020. We went out 4 days, I believe. Yep, of July. Yeah, we went out 2 weekends, which was awesome. And then here in 2021, we went out 3 weekends. In August 2020, we went out every weekend. In 2020, we went out 1 weekend. I go back to August of 2021, we went out 2 weekends. So I'm looking at the logbook, looking at what I know before to make sure that's all correct. So that's 24 days. This was all in Puget Sound, so I was no more than a mile offshore. I'll type in Puget Sound. Great. And then I know Puget Sound is inland, so all that time that I had was inland. So I'm going to select inland. But let's just say we drove the boat around, we went past Point No Point, went up to the Straits of Juan de Fuca, and we were there for 4 days. It'll automatically calculate to enter that 24 days you have, so the number will change. But I know it was really 24, so it goes to 0, or I can just uncheck it, and it will go back to just those 24 days in Puget Sound. We were in South Puget Sound, really easy. And then for the owner and street address, you're going to put in your contact information. So I was 123 Wonderful Lane in Olympia, Washington, 502. That's going to be 571. Oh, yep, there it is. And Captain Nate at mmcs.com. There for me, really easy. Let me go ahead and sign this. So double check everything. Looking good. Motor vessel, I was the master. Looking good. Equals 24 days. It does all the math for you automatically, which is awesome. Type in my name to digitally sign this. That's my full name. I agree that I didn't lie, make any false statements. I've submitted this. And now it's created a perfect CG719S for us. Signatures are on the next page, which is awesome. There's the information about that boat. It'll stay in my profile. Easy to have. You click on the home page. Now it shows that I have 24 sea days total entered into MMCs, 24 in the last 3 years for recency, 24 in the last 5 years for renewing. You can see it's now popping up, not intense, showing me how the widgets all work, which is awesome, showing me the time I have. That's pretty great. Again, I'm Nate from MMCs. We really hope this helps make your life a little bit easier. We'd really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. And definitely create an account, mmcs.com. Thanks a lot.